I'm Miller to 6, and here are just a few things we do in our home to make our life a little bit more manageable.
This mother of six got the entire internet talking when she listed some of the things, some of the ways she's able to manage her time and energy in raising 6 children. And this got the entire internet talking. But some of the things she listed we just side-eye. Hey guys, how you are doing today? It's your girl Destiny here and welcome to this channel. Hope you guys are doing fantastic. So this video is a video of a mother who came, a mother of 6 kids. Woo. Anyway, this mother of 6 came online to actually list out some of the things she does to help her manage her time and how to be more productive with her children. And this got everybody talking because some of the things she was listing out was like, okay, she was listing about how she pay her older kids to babysit, how her children have only 1 day a week for tech, how she only bathes her kids twice a week, how, what did she list again? How every kid does a chore in the house. But she went on to really list a whole lot of things that got a lot of people talking. And some people were even talking about her having 6 kids. Do you think having 6 kids is a lot? Anyway, guys, we'll go and check out what this woman have to say, some of the things she listed, and then we'll come back and talk more. But let me know, do you think having 6 kids is a lot, or you think that it's doable? Or how many are you guys in your house? In my house, my mom gave birth to 6 kids, and yeah, we'll talk about that later. Anyway, guys, let's go check out this video, and then we'll come back and talk more.
I'm the Miller to 6, and here are just a few things we do in our home to make our life a little bit more manageable. Tech time is only Tuesdays and Thursdays. You get an hour. And you have to check out the laptops so we know who had them last, just in case they get lost or broken. Bath and shower days are Sunday and Wednesday. If you need a bath in between that, then absolutely. But otherwise, that's good enough. The kids get allowance. They get $1 for every year of how old they are. This means I don't have to keep track of who I bought, what, when. I can just be like, okay, do you have any money? No sleepovers. Then I don't have to decide who had a sleepover when, whose house is safe, is it safe enough? Just, yes, we do late nights, no sleepovers. Everybody has 2 chores. And you do those 2 chores every single day for an entire year. No chore charts to keep track of. Kids get really good at their chores. There's no moaning and complaining when I say, hey, do your chore. And they're not like, oh, I don't want to do that chore because it's just the same chore. I mean, they've grown a little bit, but just not as much. I pay my older kids to babysit. Why? Because it's not their job to take care of their siblings. Every kid gets 2 extracurricular, something like musical or theater related, and then a sport. And this might change as the kids get older, but for now, this is all we can handle. You get a cell phone when you are 12, and only when you turn 12. We use a rotating dinner schedule. Every 2 weeks, we just have the same thing over and over until we get sick of a meal and decide to come up with a new one. No food allowed outside of the kitchen. Absolutely not. Free crafts available pretty much any time of the day, whenever you want, but they have to stay in the craft area. And last but not least, but most importantly, mom leaves the house every Tuesday night to take herself on a little date night.
So let me know down in the comment section which of the things she listed that you feel like it was not out of place, that is valid. Now, which of the things she listed that you the side eye, you're like, huh? Our video has sparked a lot of conversations that went on to about the number of kids you have, bathing your children twice a week, paying your children to babysit your other children. It really just struck a bigger conversation in different aspects, and I'm here for it, and I can't wait for it. But also, I want to know how many times a week do you bathe your kids? Because that got me. And who? And do you think that it's valid for a mother to pay her older children to babysit our younger ones? So anyway, I want to know your own thought down in the comment section. Okay, let's go check it out. Let's go check out people's thought on this, and then we'll come back and talk more. But before we get into this video, if you haven't subscribed to the channel, what are you waiting for? Go on and smash the subscribe button and click the notification bell so that you get notified when we post videos every day, because we post videos every day, 2 videos every day, and you don't want to miss in the conversation. Have you seen the comment section, the conversation we're having there? You don't want to be left out there, okay? So go on and subscribe and always catch up with the videos. Anyway, with that all said, guys, let's go check it out, and then we'll come back and talk more.
Bath and shower days are Sunday and Wednesday. If you need a bath in between that, then
I personally hate judging mothers based off of how they raise their kids, but I will say I'm not going to judge you based off of what rules are in your house. I will judge you based off of how you are setting your kid up for failure, because if they ever decide to coexist with anyone, let that be like having a roommate in college or even having a roommate outside of the family, they are going to be judged. They are going to be looked down on because hygiene is so important. Even when you go to high school, like they're going to be made fun of for like the way that they smell. And like I refuse to believe that no, they don't need to be showering more than twice a week. With the food that we eat in this country, yes you do. Yes you do, because that leaks out of us. Your kids, I don't even know if your kids are in sports, but if they are, they're going to be made fun of. Imagine going to a football game and then the next day they're in class and they haven't showered. Like that is insane. You are setting your kid up for failure. Imagine even a relationship. Like I wouldn't even know what to do if I found out my boyfriend only takes a shower twice a week. Like, are you kidding? That is, it's just nasty. So, I don't know. Maybe you can look at it from that perspective of you're setting your kid up for failure, even if it's a hard task to bathe your kids twice a week. I know you have a lot of kids, but like, just bathe your children. Just bathe your children.
Bath and shower days are Sunday and Wednesday. If you need a bath in between that, then absolutely.
Y'all, I grew up, my mama got 7 kids, and we took baths / showers every day. What the
Shower days are Sunday and Wednesday. If you need a bath in between that, then absolutely. But otherwise, not.
Before my brother was a dad, I used to tell him, hey, there are people on the internet saying they only bathe their kids once a week. Can you believe it? And even celebrities saying, hey, I only bathe my kids when they look dirty. He used to be the type of guy that would say, hey, look, parents are always right in their decisions. Mind you, we come from a very large family and daily showers was the norm in our household. And I would tell him, no, man, like kids are gross, they're sticky, they play outside, they roll on the dirt, covered in food, marker, like they're just sticky. He's like, nah, they're fine, right? Now that he is a dad, he's like, no, these kids are gross, they stink, they need to bathe every day. The original lady who posted the video goes, guys, it's just my culture. Now, I'm assuming she means white American culture. You know, I'm just assuming she's an American as well. Every time I post these videos of people saying that, I will get thousands and thousands of comments from white Americans saying, no, we definitely bathe daily. These people are just, they're just not bathing their kids. Like, I hate to break it to you, lady, but like people are gonna know you as the stinky family. No one wants to be known as stinky.
I'm Miller to 6, and here are just a few things we do in our home to make our life a little bit more manageable.
So I know a lot of people have criticized this mom, but I just have one question. Do any of you have 6 kids? Because I genuinely want to know. Has anyone
Home to make our life a little bit more manageable. Tech time is only Tuesdays and Thursdays. You get an hour. And you have to check out the.
I have seen so many people stitch this video and have some really negative things to say about it. I came from a family of 7, and I think everything that she is doing is completely reasonable and justified. One of the big things that people are freaking out over is the sleepovers, but it's a safety issue. While she does say that I don't have to, know who had one last, blah, 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 she also comments about how she doesn't have to know whose house is a safe house and whose isn't. The thing I've seen her get flack for is the tech time, but I also think that's totally reasonable as well, because we live in a society where social media is ruling our children, and I don't think there's anything wrong with limiting it or even allowing your kids to have it. All in all, coming from a family that had 7 kids, I think that everything that she is doing is completely justified, and I think she's doing a stellar job at it. So keep up the good work, Sharon, because you are an amazing mom.
Broken. Bath and shower days are Sunday and Wednesday. If you need a bath in between that.
If you need a bath in between time, you take one every day. I don't understand what this mother of 6 deals with. But I do know that having 6 children is a choice. But taking care of your hygiene should not be. If you have running water, soap, and whatever the essentials are to take a bath, all 6 of those children need to be in that tub. So it makes me think about, the Brady Bunch. Were they living like this too? Could you imagine 3 little musty boys that only took a bath twice this week? And 3 growing girls? I don't get it. I had some friends, some white friends at one time, and I can remember 2 times distinctly saying, oh my God, you smell so good. Like, I thought it was like a perfume or something. And they were like, oh yeah, I showered today. And I thought it was a joke, like a legit joke. Until I found out, and then until one time one was like, I was like, that's funny. You know, we all shower every day. She was like, no, I literally don't shower every day. And I was like, huh? She was like, yeah, I don't shower every day. I just don't like it. And I said, okay. So at the time, this person being like a friend, associate, whatever, I didn't know how to address that. Because don't you feel dirty, potentially stinky, if you don't shower every day? I ain't gonna say potentially, probably stinky. I mean, it's like, okay, but if you don't take a shower, are you doing like a wash off? A HOE bath? Like, what is it? I don't get this culture.
I pay my older kids to babysit. Why? Because it's not their job to take care of their siblings.
So I ended up coming across this video after I came across somebody else stitching that part specifically. And they were just dragging this creator about the whole paying her older kids to watch the younger kids thing, which I definitely don't understand. It really just seems like that person just wanted to argue about something. I wanted to throw in my 2 cents. So I have a sister who is 14 years older than I am, and she is the next oldest one up. There was just this really big gap between me and her. Her and I also are technically half sisters. We have different dads. So when our mom and my dad decided that they wanted to have me, one of the things that my dad has always said he was very adamant about was that my sister was not going to become some built-in babysitter. He felt very strongly about that. It was totally fine if she wanted to babysit to make some extra cash, but he wanted her to be paid for it, and it wasn't going to be something that was expected because that was not fair to her. And if you have followed me for a while, you know about some of the troubles with my mother growing up, and so you can imagine that this was something he really had to put his foot down with my mother. Now, I was a baby. I don't know what actually happened with that situation. I guess that's something I'd have to ask my sister or my dad. But the point is, just like my dad was saying, and just like this creator is saying, it's not your older children's responsibility to watch your younger children. Don't get me wrong, it's great for them to learn a sense of responsibility and learn some other skills that come along with that, but it's not their responsibility. And expecting your children to watch your younger children for free is not okay. And when I decide I am ready to have children, if I find myself in a situation where I have children who are old enough to watch their younger siblings, it will always be if they want to, and they will be paid.
I'm the mother to 6.
I'm a mother to 5. I have a 15-year-old, 9-year-old, 7-year-old, 3-year-old, and a 1-year-old. I got pregnant on birth control. I got pregnant after my husband's vasectomy. No matter what I did, I would get pregnant until I finally decided, okay, I have to take out my tubes, right? And it was obviously a little late. What I'm going to say does not negate the fact that I love my kids. I absolutely adore my kids, and I'm pretty sure most mothers love their children, and they're here. There's after that, there's no regrets because they're lovable human beings. If you treat your kids well, they're lovable human beings. But please, I say this to my daughter who's a teenager. I say this to anybody that will listen. 1 kid, 2 at most. You do not have the capacity to take care of all your kids equally. Not financially, not spiritually, not mentally. You just cannot split yourself that many ways. I am constantly reading books after books after books. I'm constantly finding new ways to connect with my kids. I'm finding new ways to see and understand what's going on with them. And still, there's things that I don't notice. There's things that I just don't notice. And then on top of that, when one gets sick, they all get sick. On top of that, they all need individual attention. We try to do mommy-daughter dates, mommy-dad dates, dad-baby. We try to do all sorts of dates where we spend as much of one-on-one time as possible with our kids, which is not a lot compared to what your children need. It's also absolutely draining for you as an individual. Young girls, listen to me. having a lot of kids is hard. Try not to do it while being a single mother. I'm married. My husband is hands-on, 1000% an amazing father, but it's still draining for both of us. We sometimes go 5 months more without going on a date. We sometimes, now with the 3-year-old and the 1-year-old, sometimes they wake up before us and they fall asleep in our arms after us. Like, we don't have an hour or two to say, oh, this is me and my husband's time. Most days we don't have it. I try to have systems in place where everything has a place, where each kid has their own space. Like right now, the two older boys share a room because they want to. My daughter has her own room. The baby has his own room, and our 3-year-old is in our room. But we have enough space for them eventually to have their own room, thank God. We have space for them to also have a gaming area. We have space for them to have a homework area. And still, their want for individuality is sometimes hard to accommodate. Nobody should be having more than 2-3 kids. Nobody. Anybody that says I got it and I'm doing it and none of my kids ever fell through the cracks, they're not being realistic. I have 5 kids, and a lot of people tell me all the time, oh my God, you're an amazing mother. How do you do it? I give myself all. I give all of me. My husband gives all of him, to the point that sometimes we have nothing left. Sometimes I have to tell my kids when they come home from school, guys, please give me a minute, because I'm so overstimulated by being touched all day and hugged and touched. We're humans. No one. Back then, people had as many kids as I do because they had fields and stuff. No one. And I absolutely adore my kids. The kids they're amazing. Their personality, everything is amazing. But the amount that you give of yourself, it's a lot. My husband and I sometimes don't have anything to give each other. And let me tell you, your marriage will feel it. Your marriage will absolutely feel it. Be conscious of how many kids you decide to have. Be conscious of how strong you think your marriage is. Be conscious of how deep you think your pockets are. And on top of that, be conscious that each child is an individual. Each child will have their own sets of issues. Each child will have their own sets of needs. Each child will require you to be a different person at all times. Be mindful. Don't have as many kids as I do. 2 kids so that they have each other, and even that's a lot.
I love the last creator's take. Like, I love her take, and I have so much to add to that. But please, I want to know your thoughts on this conversation down in the comment section. Keep it respectful. As always, here on this channel, we're allowed to disagree, but we do it in a respectful way. So feel free to share your opinion, but be respectful about it, please. Okay? And let me know which of the reaction got you there. Which one did you feel like, because a lot of people are picking on the twice a day baiting thing and all that. Why I feel like there's so much in that conversation that should be talked about. The last creator, I love her take on this, and you guys, you've been watching this channel, you know that is one thing I preach about, how be very, very intentional about what you do, how you do it, especially when you want to have children. And coming from a woman that has 5 kids, and talking and telling younger girls to be careful, to be intentional, to have 1, 2, or maybe don't even have, my own opinion, or like don't have. Because if you're not ready, a lot of the time we just go with the old fantasy of having a child, having a partner, and not really think about what it takes and how it takes to really be there for these people, especially children. And at the end of the day, you end up bringing children that you are traumatized, or children that carried a lot of burden that's going to manifest at their younger age and even in their older age. So it's very important as it's ladies, because whether I like one of this mother of 6, everything she was talking about, there was nothing like a man in the picture and all that. And definitely, and I talk about this a lot on the channel, and a lot of you guys agree with me that most of the time when children are here, 98% of the time, the work falls on you as the woman in the relationship to be the one to do most of the things, the emotional, mental, physical, financial, even sometimes of this child. And sometimes it can be very draining. And you want to protect that. You want to be able to manage all that and be able so that you can be 100% for your kids. So I love this conversation so much. The lady that has 6 kids, some of the things she counted, they are valid, having our own time, paying our kids for babysitting, limiting tech time, and all that. Those are valid things to do. And for me, I don't even know the strength she has to actually raise 6 kids. My mom had, we were 6, my mom had 6 kids, and I was the oldest, and AKA assistant mom, okay, and which was very draining, and I felt like that actually affected a lot of the relationship with me and my mom growing up, because there was so much burden on my shoulder to grow up really fast, act grown up really fast, be like an example as a little child to my younger ones really quick, even in my young age. And that kind of reflected to a lot of things that I am today and who I am today and everything. So, and even affected the relationship with my mom. I spoke about how myself and my mom, we really don't see eye to eye before now, but we've worked through our trauma and we've healed them. But taking care of 6 kids is a lot, and then doing it alone, woo. It's a lot. It's a lot. I can tell you it's a lot. I don't know how she did it. It's a lot. But let's come back to the funny part that got everybody talking and everybody like, okay, kiki and kaka. The twice a day baiting. Please, I want to know. I know there was a video that I did the other time where we talked about some white people have taken bath once a week or not taking bath at all, or once a month or twice a week. Is this really a thing? Because some people in the comment section, some white people in my comment section say, no, I'm white and I bathe. But I'm saying like this is like a pattern. I think maybe I'm going to do a collection of really seeing, and it's only white people. I'm not trying to be racist here or bring race here, but it's only white people I see on the internet really talk about how they bathe twice a day, how they bathe once a week, how they bathe, like how bathing is an option. Where growing up, let me even talk as a child and then as an adult. Growing up is mandated to bathe twice a day. You bathe in the morning, you go to school, or even you stay at home. You bathe. When you come back after dinner, you go bathe and get to bed twice a day. It has to be. And even when I was a child, I used to try to skip the night bathing. My mom, how? How do you want to skip it? You're gone. But let's talk about as an adult, that I have the will to not even bathe if I don't want to. I can't. There's this thing that if I don't bathe, I bathe twice a day, sometimes 3 times a day. And sometimes 4 times a day, depends on how hot it is right now in Nigeria. I just can't imagine. And like the other lady said that this is not a good sign for the children. I really feel so, because I don't even, like there's no way if I even bathe in the morning and maybe I go to the gym, I come back, I have to bathe again, and even at night, I'll still bathe. That's why I'll tell you, I'll bathe 2-3 times a day. The fact that I bathe in the nights and I'm going to the gym, I'll still have to shower before going to the gym. Because naturally, your body produces all sorts of sweat. Your body that's nasty. Like, and I feel like training a child, I'm not trying to come for anybody training system or anything, no, but having a child to really have that mentality that, okay, you can bathe just twice a week, for me, that's nasty. Not judging this sister, but no, it doesn't look good. Not at all. I feel like that's not something should be taught to child. That's not something like, because it's going to affect their life. And there are a lot of people who complain, have a body odor and all that. It stems from things like that, because those smell will stick to their body for the longest time. And sometimes for you to get rid of it as an adult, sometimes becomes almost impossible. Mothers, I'd like to know your own take. I'm not trying to conform, but just be honest, okay? I'm not judging you. How many times do you bathe your kids? And if you're not a mother, you're a child-free woman, or you don't have kids, like myself, how many times do you bathe a day? Because obviously this woman is doing something that she saw growing up. Maybe that's how she was raised, and she's passing it on to her kids. Wow. Anyway, guys, I love to know your take about this amazing conversation down in the comment section. But please keep it respectful as always. Here on this channel, we're allowed to disagree, but do it in a respectful way. Go on and share this video with somebody that you want to be part of the conversation, because that's what we do here. We are banging conversation. So go ahead and share this video. Don't forget to give this video a thumbs up, smash the like button, because this helps YouTube to push out my content for more people to see, and that will be you supporting this channel and this girl here. With that all said, guys, subscribe if you haven't, and I'll see you guys in my next video. Deuces.